Furina is one of the best characters released to date in Genshin Impact, and in today's video I want to review exactly what gives her such a high proposition value. So if you'll join me, let's get into today's review on Furina. So starting with her normal attacks, you can see that it is very dramatic, very exaggerated, very befitting of Furina. You can tell that it is so expressive that a lot of love and care has been put into it, and if you have Furina's signature weapon, it absolutely fits her to a T. I think better than most characters' signature weapons fit her. A little fun Easter egg with her weapon is that it actually reflects the current arc alignment of Furina, so you can see it not just from her outfit but also from her weapon, which is just so awesome. Here you'll see in the background my Furina is like glowing. You can see it's a very special particle effect, and since I've got a lot of C6 characters, I can tell you this is one of the most impressive C6 effects that I have seen, not only because of the visuals that it like gives you, but also due to the fact that for that 10-second duration your sword or the weapon that you're using with Furina will also exhibit a special effect when you start slashing. So let me show this to you in the background. Just look at that, just look how beautiful it is. Furina's glowing, the sword is glowing, and once you change your arc alignment, the bubble effect as well changes appropriately from the white to the blue effect. The other thing about Furina is her summons. So here you can see me putting down Kokomi's jellyfish, and you can definitely tell the age of the game. Obviously Kokomi released way back when, but compared to Furina's summons, you can see that the quality difference is absolutely there, and this just shows you how much time and effort the developers have put into it. Like, all of Furina's 4 summons are just absolutely crazy. And the other thing I love about Furina when it comes to effects is look at this beautiful frame around the screen here. So this allows you to take some very beautiful pictures, whether it's of Kokomi or any of the other units, just because you've got this awesome frame that you can see. I really like the dramatic effect that it gives, but obviously this is not where it ends. So with Furina you also get a couple of very unique animations. So her idle animations are obviously so good. In the beginning you saw me with the seahorse playing around with it, but other animations with her includes like the ability to sit on a bubble. You can see her a very ladylike pose, getting a piece of cake. This is so much in terms of production value, it's just insane compared to literally just standing and reading a book like with Kokomi. They really gave Furina everything. You can even see there's a unique custom talent animation, and this is the type of thing that you really want to see with characters. You really want to see the expressiveness that you get from them. Another thing that is just so bonkers with Furina is the fact that whilst you can also walk on water with someone like Ayaka, if you had to stand here and you wanted to take a unique pose of your character set up, well, you can see it just absolutely fails. And this is where I think Furina gives you a ton of longevity in the game, because, well, she can walk for quite a distance, or like effectively infinitely on water. But what this allows you to do is set up with her summons. You can take photos, you can do the confident effect, you can do a pose, you can do so much in terms of just getting that perfect shot. And to me, as someone that also enjoys the casual aspects of the game, this gives you an incredible amount of longevity and different ways of getting effects and photos with a character, and it's something that is purely unique to Furina. Look at that curtsy and bow as well. It's the amount of features in this character is just absolutely insane. What's even more insane is I'm standing underwater, I've got all of these summons, and I'm bringing them with me underwater. This is the one thing that I really would have loved with Kokomi as well. If you could swim with the jellyfish and it follows you around, it would have just been so good. But you know, it gets even crazier with Furina. If you notice that whenever she dives out of the water, she actually has a unique diving effect that none of the other Fontaine characters have. So what you'll notice is that her legs, if you just look at her legs, you get this special rainbow effect. So let me make it absolutely clear. Let's go to someone like the Traveler, what you'll notice is that whilst the diving out of water animation is the same, you don't get that unique little extra particle effect. So, well, there's me not being able to dive. Let's try that again. So here with the Traveler, look at her legs. It's just a beautiful diving animation in and out of the water. But with Furina, you'll now notice that, look at her legs. It's just, there's that extra little glow there that they've added, that unique little feature. It's just so crazy. So when I talk about like feature creep, this character is the very definition of it. So I think, with all of the things that we've now reviewed about Furina, let's then just talk about Kokomi. So I think this is where things to me are very interesting. So when Kokomi was released, she was undoubtedly the most beautiful character in the game. In terms of the fluidity of Kokomi's animations and aesthetics, she really like stood out. And even now, the pastel colors on Kokomi work so well. But when you have a character like Furina, you can definitely see the feature creep. Everything that you would have loved to have with Kokomi, having your summons swim around with you, being able to dolphin dive out of the water, all of these things we just don't have, and Hoyo can honestly add it. I don't see how any of this would take anything away from Furina. In fact, I think it would even be beneficial if Hoyo went back to all of the older characters, gave them free outfits or reworked their animations or all of these sorts of things. They've got the budget now, so why not put in that effort? Why not give the older characters as much love as they're giving the newer characters? You can clearly see that Furina has everything. And one of the things that I want to anticipate as an objection is the fact that people might say, but she's an Archon. So if you haven't played the recent Archon quest yet, please skip to the following timestamp on the screen. But if you have, then the little bit that I'm about to say will obviously make quite a bit of a difference. So yeah, Furina is a human. We know that the actual Focalors was the one that was hidden in the Orators. So even this expectation that Furina herself is the Hydro Archon is not entirely lore accurate. She is just a human that pretended to be the Archon, and yet look how much she was given. In any case, one of the things that is interesting for me about Furina is just how natural everything feels here in Watatsumi Island, walking on water with your summons. This is the type of thing that I really wish they would go back to with Kokomi 2 and rework in a kit, or at least give you the option to toggle the jellyfish being stationary or floating. They did an experiment in the past with Yaimiko with regards to a turret, where they changed the actual in-game functionality after the character was released, and the best way to solve that conundrum would have just been to give us a toggle, allow the player to choose. And I think they could at the very least give Kokomi also that option to make your jellyfish either stationary or allow your jellyfish to move. In fact, even a rework like when you're in Fontaine, Kokomi's jellyfish gains infinite duration would be something that I think would be quite novel or cool. Or when Kokomi's on Watatsumi Island, you can walk infinitely on water, your jellyfish will follow you around. I mean, nothing stops Hoyo from doing this as a rework, and that is actually the message that I want to give to you guys today. With Furina's release and everything that Furina has going for her, we must put pressure on Hoyo to honestly go back, revise some of all of our favorite characters, and to rework them so that we can also enjoy them like we can enjoy these new characters. I absolutely love Kokomi, and I'm not giving up on my favorite character, and I absolutely love Furina. From a value perspective, nothing makes me more happy than getting so much for the Primo Gems and the money that I've spent. All I want is that the same love and attention that went into Furina will go into Kokomi. Alright guys, that's been it for my Furina review. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.